Now, I just wanted to hit on something real quick that I'm going to add this to the video as the intro. But I am actually very proud of the reaction from the video I did on rapid opiate detox, kratom, and ibogaine. And the reason I'm proud is that I expected some extreme backlash from a lot of people who have gone that route. I am happy that there wasn't, because I really don't have anything against any of those ways of doing it. I know plenty of people who have gone each one of those routes and were happy with the way that things turned out for them. I just wanted to share my opinion on it because I get asked pretty much daily my recommendation on those, at least one of those ways of going through detox. And way more so than the other two, kratom, because kratom is like bumping right now. Everybody is talking about kratom. Everybody has questions about it, and I really appreciate the comments that came in with people who were saying that they have gone that route and it was successful for them, and they appreciate that and bash it. And that's not my style anyway. I'm not going to bash any way that helps somebody get clean, because any way that somebody has found, freedom from using is cool with me. So I'm just pretty happy when I looked at the comments today that people were very polite and, cordial and acted mature about the situation, because it very well could have gone south. And I've been asked to do a video on these topics for a long time, and the reason I held off on it more so was because every time I do a video on one of these topics, the video disappears. And it's funny because C-Square commented on I just saw his comment. He commented too and said, you know what, I had 300 or 500 and something videos he did that he last saw, and then he checked it that morning and he had like 6 of them removed. So when you have something that's controversial, when you have topics that there are people who have a lot of power behind them that are making a lot of money off of those means, they have the power to remove your content. And you have to be real careful on YouTube. A lot of people think that free speech and all this other stuff, that doesn't really necessarily work on a platform that's privately owned. So if they don't like what you're saying, they'll take it down. So just keep that in mind when you see a lot of YouTube videos out there. You think a lot of people are just saying what everybody else is saying. It just so happens that maybe they have been saying things that are a lot different. They just haven't been making the cut to survive YouTube. All right, nothing against YouTube. I mean, YouTube is by far the greatest platform for personal videos, and they've really changed the game in so many different aspects, especially in this field. I mean, in the recovery field, you're able to share so much personal stuff and so much valuable information for people that it fascinates me on a daily. What I also want to talk about, since I'm here, I'm actually getting ready to go into the gym right now. Something that came up yesterday, I had a close personal friend that I've known for a very long time pass away, and you guys gotta understand something. I've probably had, over the past, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, probably close to maybe 60 friends who have passed away. And they're not all friends from before I got clean. A lot of them were for after I got clean, and meeting people in the work that I do. He just so happened to pass away, and had nothing to do with drugs. Really, really, really good person. Just so happened to be sick. And he didn't tell anybody. He kept it to himself. He knew. And I hadn't seen him for a really long time, over a year. So I guess in that time frame he got really, really ill. and he passed away. But what I wanted to talk about, I mean, I talk about this, I know I talk about this a lot, but I think it's so immensely important that when we look at the big picture on things, when we look at, you know, our daily life and how we're going about living, we overlook the most important things, I think, that we value. And I try my very hardest. I mean, I'm just like everybody else. I have extreme flaws. You can ask my wife. But I try every day to take some time to think about what is really valuable to you, what is really important in the long run. Obviously, family. I mean, my family is my everything. I mean, without them, I crumble. And you know, I think about it all the time when you see these tragedies where people lose family members and they're left alone. They don't have any. I don't even know if I'd be able to go on. But my family is my number one thing. But then you start looking at, besides your family, what is most important to you? What holds the most value? And I really want people to concentrate on not putting value in items, in things, because honestly, we don't own anything. Nothing on this earth is ours except for our bodies. That's it. I mean, everything, and that's taken away from you too. So when you start putting a lot of your value into items, you're really you're playing a really dangerous game, because you're not going to have that thing forever. It will eventually leave you, and when it does, it crushes you. You have to find happiness in just being. And I know that sounds kooky as hell, but it's true. And once you get to a point in life where you're able to just, you know, be present and really and live in the moment, that's when real true happiness happens. And that's when they say when you feel enlightened. I don't know if any of you guys check out his stuff, but I'm big on like the Dalai Lama. I think he's like one of the most, he's a genius. The guy's a genius. He's one of those people you could follow and learn so much from, because he is non-confrontational, probably the most non-confrontational person on the planet. And he just chills, and he's stoked about just being alive. And, you know, he finds value in, you know, the air that you're breathing and things like that. And when you can live your life like that, and you're not living it through other people, you're not finding value in relationships, you're not holding too much value in, you know, your car or your house or anything like that, because all that stuff can just be gone. I mean, natural disaster, house is gone, car is gone. I mean, all these things that we put so much of our hard work into. We think, all right, we need a bigger house, or we need a nicer car, so people will see that we have things and that we're worth something. When you start thinking like that, that consumes you. Some people live their whole lives like that. That the only thing that matters is that I have the nicest car, I have the nicest clothes, I have the nicest house, and I got more money than them. All that crap doesn't matter. I mean, because the more you put value in things, the less you're going to be happy. I promise. Okay, so yes, you need money, you need things to survive. You want to provide the best life for your family, for your kids. Believe me, I want my kids to go into the best schools I could possibly afford. But I'm not putting value or emphasis on, you know, how big my house is. I mean, I live in a small apartment. Yeah, it's fine for us. You know, it's crammed, but my family's happy. And I tell my wife all the time that, you know, we're going to look back, because we're going to have to upgrade sooner or later to a house that's larger. But I told him, like, when we look back, probably in a few years, if I'm lucky to still be here, we're gonna miss those times when we lived in that small apartment. You know, that it has somewhat of, it holds so many memories, is what I'm trying to say. We had so many fantastic times, and we're still making memories that, you know, you're gonna miss things like that. And why is that? Because it's not bigger. You know, it's not better than a bigger house. You know, it's not any less value to me or to anybody else. It's just that you had life experiences there, and what's most important in life is experience, love, relationships with your family. And besides that, What are you putting your value in? So the bottom line is, I go sometimes on these tangents when I just start talking and thinking, and I do have these moments of clarity throughout the day, and I wish I had a camera in front of me all the time just so I could just share a lot of stuff that pops in my head. Some of it is completely hogwash, but some of it holds a lot of value, and I try to keep a pen and paper next to me because I like to write things down that pop in my head, like I think of inventions and stuff like that to make my life easier and everybody else's life easier. But I'm sorry if I just went on a tangent, but value is very important to me. I mean, I'm never going to get used to losing people I was close with. Never going to happen. It's very hard to, know that you're never going to see that person again. And if there's an afterlife, that's great. Maybe I'll see him again. But knowing that I'm not going to see him for a long time, and he's a really good person and won't be able to talk, it's tough. Okay, and it's the same aspect I want to mention to you guys. This was last week or the week before that, Jason Peduzzi shared a story about his friend who had been molested as a child, and he passed away. Jason, he contacted me earlier in the week, or was it late last week? His father passed away. So Jason's been going through a lot. I mean, losing a good friend of his and then losing his father. And the reason that losing his father was such a big hit, I mean, yeah, it's his father. That's terrible. But on top of it, Jason was his caregiver. He left the corporate world to come home and take care of his dad while his dad was real sick. His dad had Parkinson's. And I mean, Jason he's guy's got a heart of gold. He's a really good dude. So he left his life to come home to what was important, to give his dad his undivided attention and have family, take care of his father in his last years. So Jason reached out to me. He's going through a rough time. So if you guys could leave Jason some love, I'm sure he'll appreciate it, because the guy he's got a heart of gold. If you ever need somebody to talk to and I'm not available, definitely hit him up, because he's very genuine, very good person. And don't hit him up right now, because obviously he's going through something. He said he needs some time to himself, and I understand that completely. So just try to hold value in things that have value, and try not to put so much emphasis on things, because those things will eventually leave, and it could really tear you up. All right. So if you'd like to share your story, I'm really low on stories. I'd love for people to share. I've been talking a lot of text messages with people who are interested in sending their stories. They haven't sent them to me yet. A lot of people who have over a year clean, which is freaking awesome. I'd love to get more stories of people with long-term recovery. So if you are on the fence, please email me at ryan@compsupport.com. In the subject line, put YouTube story, my story. Let me know if you want to use your first or last name or stay anonymous. I'm probably going to change that spiel soon, because I've said that same spiel for so long. But definitely hit me up if you have a story, and check out some more videos. Sorry this was such a downer today. I go through shit too, and I don't want to say I'm depressed. It's just, life sometimes hands you curveballs, and you gotta deal with them the best you can. I am, for the most part, a very, very positive person, but sometimes you just get beaten down. That is why I'm about to go work out in the gym and kick my ass, so I get some endorphins and some brain chemicals pumping, so I can feel better. All right, get out of this funk. All right, so leave some comments below. Thank you guys for being courteous about the Ibogaine Kratom Rapid Detox video. I really appreciate that. Nobody went after me like, who's this clown talking? What the hell gives him the right to decide or give his opinion? Who gives a crap? Because I used to get that all the time. But I appreciate the being kind and you guys sharing your views maturely. It really shows how things are progressing in the recovery world. I don't know if trolls just took the day off or what, but I appreciate it. All right, check out some more videos. Thank you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.